I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
He's teaming mad.
He is out.
Swung. Fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship.
Auburn going after it. Here's a good snap. It is blocked. It is blocked. It's caught on the run. It's caught on the run. He's going to score. David Wagner has scored. And Auburn is tied the game.
It's good! It's good!
It's good.
It's good!
It's good.
It's good!
Van Tippen has won the ball game.
Alabama has beaten Auburn!
I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
Is the mic working? Is the mic? We turned it up a little bit louder. Is the mic working? Hello? 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 McFly? A little too loud. McFly! Are you there? Hello? Hello? Can you see me? Am I there? Oh, camera. Hey, I'm there. We're here. Welcome here. Welcome in to number 100. I said 100. Sorry, like really loud. Number 100. Number 100 on the list of the Total Chad Sports Podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's so special. He's gonna cry. He's doing a really good job of trying to promote it. But he can't do that. So thank you so much for being here. We're rocking and rolling, ready for another 100. We're absolutely exhausted, by the way. We did 100. We're on 100. 100 of this. Now we're not going to keep count anymore. After that, we're done. You have to keep count now. I'm done keeping count. We're not doing any more numbers. We'll have to keep counting our head. Now it's just a show. Now you just keep doing it. Now you just keep rolling with it, right? You keep continuing to produce, creating clips. There's a couple of good clips, too, I'm going to get from the last couple shows. Going to try to post those. Haven't been able to. Been really busy. Because what we were breaking down today is how freaking tired I am. And also, the bye week. It's the bye week. It's summer school week 3. We got 1 week left. 1 week left. And we're off Thursday because of Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. We're probably not doing a show. Taking off that day. We're off that day. We're already off Friday. So, I don't know what I'm going to get myself into. Remember, going to the Braves game July 1st. Going to be really excited about that. Hypothetically, we have to check if tickets are still there. We'll have to see. But as we're talking right now, probably not. I don't know. But we're going to try to make a trip to that. You'll see try to do some video, try to do some audio, at least post on Twitter so you can hit us up there. So if you want to hit us up on Twitter, you can hit us up there. You can follow us here at Guathme Chad, at Coach Grizzle TV, whatever you would find me here. It's Happy Mascot Day. We didn't even talk about that yet. Happy Mascot Day to Blooper, Sprocket, Fuzzy, Kazoo. What was the other one today? There's Schooner. And I forgot the other ones. I don't know the rest of the Southern League. I don't remember what the Barons were. I'd have to remember what the rest of them are. I named like half of them. So, named all the ones that I care about anyway. Care about the ones that I care about. Big Al. How can we not forget about Big Al? How about Big Red? Big Red. Mike the Tiger. What do they call the Patriots mascot? Like not like the dudes that dress up like Revolutionary War soldiers, but the actual like Patriot guy. Pat the Patriot? Is that his name? I'm trying to hear from said Patriot / Tampa Bay fans that out there that listen to the podcast. More Patriots / Tampa Bay fans listen to the podcast and of opposing teams than the teams I talk about. Maybe I should talk more about them. maybe we're doing this all wrong. Maybe we should have just flipped the script. We're just gonna flip the script, talk nothing but Patriots, Tampa Bay Bucks. Occasionally, I'm trying to think of some other ones. We know who you are out there. Trying to throw out some UFC talk. Nobody wants to talk about men's fighting. Okay? Only a select few. We're really like trying to we're cutting it down. We had so many different ideas for how we were going to do the podcast and how we were going to change everything. But it's kind of still, the core has remained the same, but we've added so many different things. So after this, there's going to be a lot more, going to try to break it down into like kind of a couple segments, but also like stuff that is not just history, but will also be something that's current. And also could be historic, but also could just be like a headline from back in the day or something like that. Try to find a few headlines, try to break those down, try to do a couple of things like that, and then really bring something to the podcast in terms of guests and everything. So I appreciate everyone that continues to support the podcast. I know I've got a few people out there that want to be a part of it, and I know I've done a really bad job of trying to get it all coordinated and everything. But when you sit down and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna do it," and then you say, "Hey, I'm going to add somebody else to it," it's like pulling teeth because you have to see if they can do it, if they can get on right there. Try to get them on as a regular guest, just try to schedule it. But then what happens with your schedule? I mean, it's one of those things. So I greatly appreciate everyone constantly supporting the podcast and constantly hitting the like and subscribe button, the follow button on Twitch, and just keeping this thing rocking and rolling. This is the reason why we do it. We do it because it's a passion of ours. It's a thing because we just love talking sports. And we've always thought if coaching doesn't work out, that this could be a thing. If this doesn't work out, coaching's a thing. It's always going to be there. I feel like I'm always supportive. I'm always there in the background. I'm always trying to help somebody at the end of the day. And it's just two things that I just absolutely love to do. And whether it's something that I like to do on the side, just like gaming, I could sit here and game for the next 10 hours. I'm only doing a podcast for about an hour and a half, maybe at the most. What's an hour and a half? I could just sit here and get on and just ramble. It's a podcast. It's my podcast. But it's also your podcast as well because I add the chat. I add the interactions on social media. We try to bring your comments, your questions, your just anything that you want to bring to the table. I mean, we have no issues with that. That's why we can constantly keep doing it. We do On This Day in History. Like I said, we're going to bring some other types of things where we maybe bring up some articles, maybe bring up some current events, all stuff like that that's going on in the world. Just little short segments, little stuff like that, just to kind of keep us fresh, kind of keep us something a little different. Not try to overdo it. Still trying to get work all the kinks out. There's a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of stuff we could sit here and talk about. For real. We literally sat there and chat on the UFL at the end of the last podcast and how we don't give a tinker's damn about the UFL. They said, I saw somebody comment stupidly, dumbly, moronically, whatever, saying that like the DC Defenders should play the Tennessee Titans for their spot. Tennessee Titans would beat the DC Defenders 9.5 times out of 10. Probably 10 out of 10. Like, the UFL in itself is slightly better than us, like, obviously semi-pro. Like, and I'm talking about, like, when I see all these videos of 37U football, like the stuff that I played for 1 year, and I did play for 1 year, there are pictures out there, okay? There are photographs. There's probably a video out there. So there's probably tape out there somewhere, all right? I probably have, like, a long line history of, like, bad back syndrome and my head hurting of concussions because I probably shouldn't have played at 27. But, I mean, the UFL's bad. The MVP was on the losing team. Granted, it's kind of like that in the NFL too, you know, Matt Ryan. But Jordan Tiamu, a dude that's been on like 7 or 8 different teams. He's been on 3 different teams twice. I think it was Detroit, Kansas City, and he's been on DC twice. He was on the Battlehawks their first year. I think it was their first year. It's like a dude that's never going to make it. I can't believe that there's people out there that actually can defend this league and say, because really the league doesn't care. They care about you watching it on TV or watching it on a stream or whatever. Because that's the same thing how the MLS. Oh, hey, thanks. That's how the MLS Next Pro does the same thing. The MLS Next Pro does they don't care about. I mean, granted, HCFC has a great attendance, and when you're winning, it's going to be even better. The experience is going to be even better too. But they create that. You know what I mean? Chattanooga FC. They're only like what, their second year or first year? They are literally, or the second year. They are literally a great fan base. They do it on themselves. Huntsville does the same thing. There's other great fan bases out there, I'm sure, soccer-wise. Atlanta does a good job. Red Bulls, LA, Whitecaps, Vancouver, Seattle. All those teams do a good job of having a really good Atlanta. I mean, it's Atlanta. The FC Cincinnati's gotten a lot better too, but I don't know how their lower feeders are, and they're roughly fairly new. Some of the other ones that are from like Dynamo, I don't know I know it gets promoted, like the Dynamo gets promoted like crazy, but I don't know how it is in Houston. I'm sure it gets good traction, the MLS side, but I don't know how the MLS Next Pro teams do. Because I know when I go see away games, I hardly see anyone in the stands. When I'm at home and I'm watching HCFC play somebody, there's a lot of people there. I mean, there's 3 things really professionally to do here, semi-pro professionally to do here. There's that, the Havoc, and then you've got, guess now you've got the football team. And I haven't even talked about that crap. Because when I'm sitting here talking about the UFL, I can sit here and talk about, what is it, the IFL or whatever the hell that stupid crap is called? Where it's basically I think actually the Alabama Beavers are still a team. Someone said that. I'm not sure. Don't shoot the messenger. I literally heard it from somebody else. I heard it through the grapevine. You know that song? Then there's the Huntsville Astros or something. Or, I think the Huntsville Astros or something like that, or Alabama Astros, or I don't know. Whatever. Don't care. Because it's trash. The only one I care about here locally is the Huntsville Rockets. They've always been that local team. It's a historic team. It's a team that was like a semi-pro or pro team back in like the 40s or 50s or something like that. So they were the Rocket City Titans at one time. So there's a lot of history behind that. So you don't get that. I sit here and talk about local and throw a little bit of history behind that. And it's the soccer team here, it's the only other second professional team that's even been in this city. Because they had an indoor soccer team that was quote, technically professional. It was semi-pro, professional, whatever. Because because that's the thing. It's like in the at the mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s, like indoor soccer, football, all those types of crazy sports. Like, people love that crap. Guntersville does not have any semi-pro sports. They're working on a team in Montgomery though for soccer. I think it's Montgomery. There's another team coming to, or they're trying to focus on another, I think it's another MLS Next Pro or like a ML or what's it called? The other soccer league, the one below it, or the one around the same. I mean, I could literally walk to their home games. I could walk to the Trash Pandas game. It's only 12 miles, give or take. 13, 14 miles. No, not even. Let's see. I doubt that. I won't tell you how far I live from there. I won't show you. I'll show you on the map where I live, everyone. I could walk to Guntersville. I could walk to I could walk to a lot of places. It's only 38 miles. You walk to Guntersville. See, that was another one we were talking about clipping wise. That's another one that needed to be clipped. Because just strutting your ass alone is just entertainment in itself, you know? Because you got a chauvinistic pig attitude that Clinton's got. I guess now, like, what would be the chauvinistic pig attitude of nowadays? Is it Trump? Like, would we be like, if like somebody's out in the middle of the road, they had a protest like at this one bar. Well, not a bar, but it's like they have this big open grassy area that people like throw football and kick soccer balls around, and dogs can play and stuff like that. And they had like a bunch of people protesting in this little courtyard square or whatever. And so I guess now is it if someone was getting mad, you know, if like, let's say they're doing, because I walk downtown all the time and I see all the local media doing like a segment about something random. So like now is it like I'm gonna sit there and just go in front of the Mexican restaurant right there on the corner where the hotel used to be, and I'm just gonna be like, "What's got you so mad? What? What's got you so mad? I'm tired. What's got you so mad?" I was a chauvinistic pig attitude that Trump's got. You got a Mercedes, you got a fucking Mercedes Benz, and you work at the Arsenal, so you don't have to walk everywhere, so you can just get out and strut that ass. I don't need you to. When you get to about 38 miles, you won't be so tired. You won't be strutting that ass. That's got to be like, I feel like I should use that as a soundbite more often, because there's no way YouTube, it's on YouTube. It can't find me for that. It's such an iconic moment. There's two iconic moments that the new Guntersville Strutter. I feel like there should have been shirts made. I'm honestly, I don't know how many people from this area actually know about that meme. Surprisingly enough. Like, or maybe have just forgotten about it, because I've never seen like anyone make any merch from it. Cause even like a gag shop here locally would make a killing. I mean, I would buy a couple of shirts if I saw it. Where if you gave me strutting that ass guy, if you just had a shirt that says I don't freebase cocaine, and on the back it says but I'll take a drink. You know, like I'll get that shirt. You know what I mean? I buy stupid shit all the time. All right, I got a Spider-Man shirt. But if you had the front, seriously, if you had the front, say. And then it'd be like other ones, like it had different slogans on the back. It'd be like, unless I'm at church. I feel like you'd have to be inside the room to get that joke. I feel like a lot of people would have to like actually be from the area to get the joke too. Like, but I don't know how many people. Let's comment on that. Let's see here. Okay. But I mean, like, I would get a shirt with just that dude's face on it. Like, it would be like, like it would be the TV. It would be like framed like a TV. And then it would just be his face on that TV. Like, and everybody would know what you're talking about. It has not lost its plot. Okay? We've already expressed how tired we are. Okay? We've also talked about summer school a little bit. We've opened up a little bit about that. We haven't really dived into that too much. Okay? So over there, you cool your jets there, buddy. All right? You calm down. We talked about how it's number 100. I said there's games later. There's games later, sir. My computer's making noise. The Braves are in a rain delay. You know we were going to talk about all these types of things. You know we were going to talk about the Trash Pandas later. They were in a delay too. I wonder if that one got... I could check on my TV. See if it's on. It's still in a delay. Let me check on my TV real quick. I can turn it to the channel, and it'll say like when it might come back on. I hadn't seen anything on Twitter yet, unless I just hadn't paid attention to it yet. We talked about Mascot Day. You weren't even here, sir. You don't even know. You don't even know. What is this? Cartoons for the dog. Turn it down. We're not gonna do that right now. Okay, we're just gonna sit here and do that over and over again. All right, let's see here. What time is it? Coming on. Does not say. All right, there was a commercial. I don't know. See here. We're looking here on the Twitter's account. Flip it over to that. Roll it down. Here it up as of 32 minutes ago. Our anticipated first pitch for tonight is 7:30, so in like 7 minutes. So in 7 minutes yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whenever you watch this podcast, that's when it happened. As they're playing the Chattanooga Lookouts. Tomorrow is Dog Day! Doubleheader. Looking forward to that. Sometimes I gotta lurk. Do you, though? Do you, though? Because you're drawing cats and hanging out with multiple felines at one time. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. Let's see here. Where's the bird? Bird. Shame on him, right? She's over here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Say hi. You want to say hi? You're literally like right there. You're literally right around the corner. You're around the corner. We want to say hi to the bird. Where bird? I just gave you like 2 treats. Are you kidding me right now? You can't even come love on us? Look at her. There she is. Ta-da! The bird. The best. You can go down. You can go back and lay down. You can go back and lay down. We just wanted to see you. That's all we wanted. We've already gone on a long walk. We're not going again. It's going to rain. Yeah. It may rain again. It's supposed to rain like all day. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. I hope it's nice and like decent tomorrow. It'd be nice to be like cool and go to the game. Let's see. Around the MLB right now. Yesterday, whatever. Marlins are up on the Phillies. Tigers are up on the Pirates. So the Nationals are down on the Rockies. And the Nationals have lost like 7 straight. And I think it was like, did they win? Hold on, let me see. Did they win last night? Because I saw it on PTI. Yeah, how many is it? 8? 1, 2, wait. Oh, they lost 10 in a row. Lost 10 in a row. So lost 9. It says they lost 9 in a row. But hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. I counted wrong. I can't count. Apparently I can't count. So my fingers too big. Counting too fast. And it was sitting right here saying 9 in a row. We already talked about this. That's how bad the East has been in the last couple of days. In the last podcast we talked about it, I'm pretty sure. It was either that one or the one before where we were talking about all these teams with these terrible records except for Philly. I think they were like 2 in a row at the time. Atlanta lost 1. Pisses me off with Atlanta, like, seriously. Should have swept the... How do you not sweep the Rockies? And I get it. I understand. Let's see what the Braves were at in... Let's see. They're at... What is that? 70 games? So... There's 92 games left, by the way. And the Braves are 7.5. So if we're, like, looking at the standings right now... The Braves are 7.5 in the wild card, though. They're 13 in the East. But they're 7.5 in the wild card. Let's see here. We're looking at 2021. Let's see where they were at 70 games. They were 33 and 37. So, like 2 off. 31 and 39. It's manageable. They were 33 and 37 at 70 games, and guess who they played? Not even kidding. They played the Mets in a 4-game series. And pretty sure it is a... Is it a 4-game? No, they only play them in a 3-game. But still, to play the Mets again in 2021 or this year, and to play them in 2021, and to be 30 and 37, does that mean? It was a doubleheader. It was a doubleheader. It was a doubleheader in 2021. It was a doubleheader. It's crazy. It's not a doubleheader night. But the fact that it's a doubleheader in 2021 and it was a 3-game series, it would have been a 3-game. It would have been a 3-game. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting here? It sounded bad at first, but then we got it at the end. We pulled it off at the end. It would have been a 3-game series. But looks like it probably ended up getting moved, obviously, to being a doubleheader from a previous game. And I don't remember, because I remember there were a couple of games that got rained early, just like this year. So anyway, 33 and 37. Well, they lost in that one, so they fell to 33 and 37. They were 33 and 36, so close enough. You win, you lose that game, then you win. Then you win another one. You lose back-to-back. You're back down again. You win, you lose, you win, you lose, you win, win, lose, win, lose, win, win, and then lose right before the All-Star break. So it's pretty manageable to get pretty close to being 44 and 45 by the All-Star break and create some kind of, just in a sense, the same spark you made in 2021 to make the run that you did. By the All-Star break, but also the trade deadline, Anthopoulos making some crazy wizardry and somehow, winning the World Series. And I don't want to tie it into it all the time, but you have all these types of scenarios. You can't count the Atlanta Braves out. They have too much talent, quote, on paper. They're a team that should be contending, obviously, for the next decade. But obviously, this year, the injury. You want to talk about the injuries. You want to talk about certain things, guys being moved on, everything like that. It's just guys not hitting the ball. Guys are just not thinking straight. Something's not going right. And it's early. It's so early. Like we said, 92 games remain in the regular season. The Braves are only 7 games out of the wild card. It's doable. It could happen. Now, the Trash Pandas, on the other hand, that probably won't happen. It's probably going to be kind of a down year for the Trash Pandas. It's going to be kind of a rainy out, down out year for them. Unless they can turn it around at the All-Star break or at their break. Because they ain't winning the first half. So, figure it out. Somehow get on top of the lookouts this series. Because you're just slightly worse than Columbus. Columbus and Rocket City just keep fighting for being who's going to be the worst in the Southern League. But like we said, the South, very competitive. All the teams could be leading right now that are in the top 3 of the South could all be leading the North. It's very competitive within itself, the North. Birmingham, Knoxville, Chattanooga. They don't know who wants to be on top. Birmingham's half a game back on Chattanooga. Chattanooga really needs to continue to keep winning these types of games against against Rocket City, because it's just like beating the Reds, like beating the Pirates, like beating the Rockies. You've got to beat the teams that are bad. I get it. Everybody's a pro. They're gonna win games, but if you're at the top of the list, you're top of the food chain. You got to eat the shit. You got to eat the little ones. You know what I mean? You got to eat the. You got to sit here and just pick off the little ones. You got to sit here and do what you got to do. Trash Pandas. Thing about the Trash Pandas is once they get into it's just the bats. They're moving guys. Made some big roster moves. That was on Twitter not too long ago. Look at all these roster moves they just made. I'm gonna miss Calabrese. He went to High A Tri-City. Cole Fontenelle, one of my favorite players, Tri-City. I think it was, who else? See, Sam Ryan, Ben Goebel. He went, and then AJ Block. I think Ben Goebel had been here last year. I think Sam Ryan was too. They brought them back up, but sent Mitch Daly, the kid that was the local kid from Bob Jones. He went to Low A Inland Empire. So what they did is, I'm sure that these were probably going to end up happening because I think Fontenelle and Calabrese probably weren't really producing as much as they needed them to do. Ben Goebel's a good guy. They're going to bring back in Sam Ryan as well. But the fact that they brought down a couple of guys from AAA, Salt Lake, you're getting Jared Southard back. I don't remember the other two guys, Corey Holland and Mershon, so I don't really know. So I think they're bringing guys down that probably are going to at least, help out a little bit. But what I said is the pitching is still pretty damn good, from the bullpen to the starting pitching, starting rotation. The bats is where it's got to happen. You got to get more sparks out of the bats. And they have so many good young players that they're going to figure it out. But right now, such a young team. You got a good coach behind them, good manager behind them, and Andy Shadsley. So they got it going in the right direction. They're obviously calling up so many different guys. Christian Moore, the things he's doing, especially even right now being called up by the Angels. The dude's a freak. And they've been calling up all their, Kyron Paris, I think, is back down at Triple Salt Lake. They keep calling, like I said before, they keep calling up all these infielders. Nobody cares about the Mets. We're talking about the Angels right now. We quit talking about the Braves. We don't care about the Mets, Jersey. But welcome in, sir. You're going down. The game doesn't start. Oh, it should start right now. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. the next day, last night, day before. Let's see. Is this game getting on or what? It's live. I got to put it back on FanDuel when I get off later. What time is it right now? We got a few more minutes. We're going to finish up. Probably not going to do any gaming tonight. Not right now. I don't want to hear that. How is it 3-0 already since we started the podcast? Or since the game allegedly started 6 minutes ago? How are the Braves already down 3-0? Because Juan Soto hit a home run in the first inning. And then Taylor doubled to right, and Alvarez and McNeil scored. That doesn't surprise me. He probably hyped himself up too much, running around doing Anik crap, and then he's probably pulled a quad or something. How did Schwellenbach already give up 3 runs? He has 3 Ks, but this is also the same Atlanta Braves that, Grant Holmes can throw 15 friggin' Ks, and then they just, the bullpen just shit themselves and just totally implode and get freaking shit canned against the Rockies 10-1. That doesn't surprise me. I'm not watching it right now. I'm doing the podcast. I don't want to be. What, did he hurt his hip? He hurt his hip or something from trying to drive for it, or his arm. I don't want to hear about it though right now. No bad juju right now. I don't do that. No, you don't. That's not why you're here. That's not why you're here. You're here to congratulate. You're here to tell me information on a player for the team that I like, and I'm not going to say we, like all these ridiculous analysts out here that say we. Why are you going to do that to me? Why are you going to come out here and do that to me? That's ridiculous. I thought we were already friends a long time ago. He must have not friended me anymore. Oh. Because you love me? You don't love me. You're a liar. You're a liar, sir. You know you're lying. You wouldn't have said these things. Oh, Murphy grounded out to second base. Into the second. Typical Braves. All right, we're moving on from that. We don't care. Hockey is going on right now. Yesterday, the day before, whatever. Florida's up 3-2. They're probably up 4-2. They probably won the damn thing. And, or it's 3-3. Somehow the Oilers tied it up and we're going to Game 7, baby. We'll see. Who knows? That's my hockey for the day. Here's coach. Here's time for coach. Here's coach's hockey for the day. Yeah. That was for Head of Steel. That was your entertainment, Steel. You're welcome. Brad friggin' Marchand and the Florida Panthers will end up winning the Stanley Cup tonight. We shall see. Watch me screw it up. Connor McDavid's going to come back, tie it up, go to Game 7, do some thrilling-ass shit. But I said it first. I did it first. It was me. It was me. I said it. Oh, my God. It's so hot in here. I don't know why. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going on July 1st. They're playing the Angels, and I found this outfield seat that I'm pretty stoked for. I'm going to try to find a place to stay, too. If not, I'm just going to drive back home. I don't care. I'm going to get home late, but I don't really care. This ticket was $55 and in the outfield. I was like, all right. We had like too many other ones that were just because of the fees and all the other crap. I was just like, just for me to go and watch a game, nah, I'm good. I mean, shoot, I could go get honestly, I could go get, if I wanted, I would just go get a general admission ticket for like $27, and I'll just go sit down in the general admission area on the bottom area and just hang out there. Yeah. For especially where you're at. Oh yeah, definitely. Are you kidding me? For sure. What are you flying in? Oh, next Wednesday. My bad. It's away. Sorry. How did you? That's what I in my head. I literally said it correctly because I was going to ask you this. How, I mean, like a steal at $100. Obviously, where you're at, yes, a steal. In Atlanta, yeah, it would have been a steal too. But it also would have been probably $100. It honestly probably would have been $100. Like, or 120 close. Yeah. I'm going to try to look around too because I haven't bought it yet because it was still available. But I wanted to kind of look around and see if there's one more that's just a little bit expensive that might be in a little bit closer, a little bit better area. But I've never sat in the outfield before, and it's like it's not dead center, but it's to the right of dead center. So like it's more off to like where people could hit one of those. So I want to be where like a ball could get hit because I want to try to get one. I'll give it to a kid, but I just want to like have that experience, like see it like coming at us. Like I want to see that. Cuz I'm usually sitting like if I'm sitting anywhere, I sat one time they hit a foul ball and we were sitting like right on the foul line, so that came towards us and it hit like right in front of us. But then like most of the time I'm usually sitting like on the side or like usually like on one of the baselines. So a lot of them are foul balls. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. It sounds kind of racist, too. Chicken and biscuit egg rolls at City Field that series because we're playing, y'all. Sounds awesome and a little racist. You know what you could have done? You could have done like Waffle House waffles with chicken on them. You could have done chicken and waffles. You're gonna do Atlanta. You could have done the wings. Y'all could have done a wing special for the strip club. Y'all could have just done that. No lemon pepper wings. Do a special on lemon. Every team should have do that one night when they play Atlanta in a series, a game, whatever. Just throw out some lemon pepper wings and see how many looks you get. See how many people. Let's see here. Where are we at on this? We're pretty close to time on the podcast finishing up. Do we miss anything for today? I don't think we missed anything today. Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the College World Series. We talked about it last time. My aunt and uncle went. And Paul Schemes and Livy Dunn, they were at Rocco's, the Jello Shot place. I got to do an update on that, too. What was that? We should definitely do the Rocco's update. The Rocco's update of the week. The Rocco's Jello Shot and Katina, whatever it's called. Let's see. I thought I followed it. Type in. I know it. Yeah, Jello Shot Challenge. Maybe it's Jello Shot Challenge. There we go. I know I followed it. Let's see what it was at as of 2 hours ago. So here it is as of 2 hours ago. If it would like do it. There we go. So it's 4,904 for Coastal. Arizona's at 1,723. Louisville at 1,559. UCLA at 1,316. Arkansas at 7,215. LSU at 19,599. Oregon at 1,739. And Murray State at 17,556. And congratulations to Murray State. Don't hang your head. It was like fighting uphill. Fighting around the world. Arkansas right now, it's the top of the fifth, is up on UCLA. My uncle, like I was getting to that, my uncle went to UCLA. My aunt went to LSU and Arizona State, and big fans, so they went, and they were sitting there watching, like, you know, when they showed it on the video of them doing it, changing the score on the Jello Shot Challenge. I wonder, like, that's the thing, I want to experience that, because I wonder, like, what... Visiting teams' hometowns. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. He sent me the egg roll post. Here it is right here, guys. Did I pull it up? I think I pulled it up. There we go. There we go. I cut it to it. A rainbow cookie egg roll. That sounds good. They do look good. So they're going to do like an egg roll of each kind? They're just going to add like something different? That's pretty cool. I would definitely eat it. Don't get me wrong. I would definitely eat that egg roll. Go to the slideshow. This one. Damn it.
In a strange land, looking for the rainbow cookie egg roll from Rock and Roll. Let's go.
Is this the guy? Is this who you're talking about? This one? This guy is... Which one? This one? I'm so confused. Which one's this one? What's the cookie? What's that? From the Miami Cuban to the Philly cheesesteak, what's been your favorite roll so far? That sounds good. The photo slideshow. Where's the photo slideshow? Is this like an old man thing? Are you fucking with me right now? What, is that the slideshow? I'm so confused. Is that the slideshow?
And then finally we have...
That's not the slideshow. Where's the slideshow? I don't see a slideshow. I see no slideshow. There's no slideshow. I think you're just making this up. We didn't even talk about HCFC. They got a win over Atlanta United, by the way. We did talk a little bit about that, but we didn't talk about where they were in the conference standings, by the way, to bring that up. They're back third in the East, by the way, after that win against Atlanta. What are they overall? Let's see. They're sixth. They're tied for sixth. Sixth through 10th, which is like, I mean, top 8 get in. Or, sorry, wrong. Top 16 get in, so. But from 6 to 10 is a crapshoot of like one game. So all it takes is one point between game. So all it takes is a win. Somebody could jump somebody. Somebody could tie somebody. You know, somebody could fall. So we'll see. I think I broke everything down. They showed me this thing. I saw this thing like recently where apparently and I have no idea. It was the WFA. It's like the Women's Football Alliance or something like that, right? Yeah, Women's Football Alliance. All right. So it's the Premier Women's Professional Tackle Football League. Let me switch it back on this one real quick so I can flip it back to this other one and get you the right window capture. All right. So check this out. So apparently there was like a video, it was like really cringe, allegedly, about this league. And so I looked it up and I saw something on Instagram. So I looked up the standings and it was all about this Division II team. There's Cincinnati Cougars. And I guess the owner is the quarterback. It was like really cringe. It was really bad. But this is like Division II of the WFA. So this isn't even the pro. So they also have a Division III standings of all these teams. So we're sitting here talking about, we want to sit here and talk about how we can't put money into professional men's spring leagues and all this other stuff, but we going to throw all this money into like 18 different teams, or I'm sorry, 26 teams in the Division III standings and 12, what is that, 14 teams in this? And then you got the Real Pro standings, which has two different national and American, but you've got 8 teams on one and 4 on the other. I don't know how that works. But then I dived more into it, and I really shouldn't have. I really should not have dived more into it. I'm going to have to find that video. I'll find that video and show you. They have a ratings. It's called the Massey ratings. Now, is this like a national thing? Like, is this everybody? Or is this somebody's ratings? Or is this something I don't know about? Like, this is the Massey ratings. They actually do the Women's Football Alliance. I honestly thought that this was like a thing. I thought it was like an actual ratings for just them. So that confused me at first. But then I dived even more into it, and I found this picture on Instagram. On ESPN2, we are going to have this on TV. This is going to be on TV. Are we serious right now? Why do we keep getting fed the joys of like mediocre sports and just like sports that just don't work? Like spring football, like this, like all this kind of stuff. Like, why do we keep doing that? And why is this sport getting promoted? You put a bunch of money into flag football for girls, but why can't you put flag football in for everybody, boys and girls? Why don't you continue to put more money into that? The only reason you started doing it for the boys side is because you're afraid of more of the concussion side. That's the reason why more boys now are playing flag football instead of football at a younger age. So it's like, why can't you? Yeah, I know it's going to be on ESPN. That should be on ESPN the Ocho, the WFA. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Let me find. Hold on. I bet I can find it. Hold on. Because it was bad. The video was. Here we go. Here's the video. Are you ready for this? This was so friggin' bad. Let me move this over. Because this is ridiculous. Are you kidding me right now? This is not me. This was their video. And granted, you know, good for them. Have fun. But this league, there's no reason. When we sit here and talk about the guys out here that are trying to prolong their career, trying to play sports, all that kind of stuff, maybe even get a coaching career, you know, by being in the UFL. There were a lot of guys I was watching. I was like, why in the world do they even have a chance to be there unless they're legitimately going to go on and do something? Because the players sure as hell don't. I'll look at the picture in a second. But okay, this is the video. Hold on. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go like crazy big. Hold on. Let me see what it looks like on my screen before I do that, because I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, yeah, here we go. You ready for this? All right, here we go.
I'm Mason. I'm number 8. I play QB.
Hold on. I don't think I put it on. Hold on. There you go.
I'm Mason. I'm number 8. I play QB, and this is my mic'd up. I went poop during the national anthem. Travis is he's a fun sponge. Bro, if Kiana doesn't get MVP of the league, I don't know. I'm boycotting. The WFA, I'm boycotting. Nope. Not a clue. Hut! That's, oh my God. Lou is so gay.
It's only the second game that my wife's ever come to, so if you make me look silly, you'll be pissed.
First of all, she looks at your face every day. So that whole silly comment doesn't quite make sense to me.
We'd like to take a moment to celebrate Cougars president and quarterback Angela Mason on the 20th anniversary of her 25th birthday. The team was actually named after her.
I got dementia.
There's more.
It was like 5 yards in front of me. I can't help it. I'm so strong. This game? Don't you always put your ass on? Like everybody gets a tackle. Everybody get a piece of the pie! They got dogs and dicks up in there. Good job, QB. I ain't done nothing. Don't I look good though, handing the ball off?
We're not doing that anymore. We just made everybody dumb watching that. That damn what happened is one of my favorite ones I see every time. This one right here. It says how much aura does Joel Burrow of the Cincinnati Cougars have? This right here, when she hikes the ball and it hits that lady in the hand, she looks visibly confused.
Hut!
Damn, what happened?
Oh my God.
That shit is hilarious. Oh my God, that shit was great. Damn, what happened? It's like, what are you talking about? What happened? 3-1 Mets. It could be an SNL skit. Oh my God. You could embarrass them very easily. That's for damn sure. Cause like that right there, that shit right there is what I played in. Like they probably have a decent team and like they probably have some funding and all this kind of stuff. But like that's 37U football right there. That's 37U football against the WFA? All right, y'all want to let everybody wants to let boys and everybody wants to let boys compete against girls. Okay. Get the best 37U team, assemble them together. Get the best WFA team, assemble them together, and let's have a game. Because I guarantee you, you could assemble the best. You could assemble the best team with the two bad Giannis or the two Giannis brothers. You could take the two Antetokounmpo brothers that are bad, and you could field an entire team of bench players around them, and they would beat the best WNBA team 8 to 9, 10 out of 10 times. I would think 9 out of 10 times, but to honestly think that the WFA is a real league. Granted, you do you, I guess. Take a 37U league and go put it out there. Go put that on Go put that on YouTube. Go put that on TV. Put that on ESPN2. Give me a 37U league where dudes are getting knocked out because guys are going too crazy. And some guys probably shouldn't even be out there. My God, that was ridiculous. I'm sure everyone got a good laugh out of that because that's insane. It's 3-1. Let's see. Let's see if he's lying. Is Acuna still in the game? They take him out. It shows him still in the lineup. Who's Olsen center? Single to center. Acuna scored. Yep. And White to third. See, dude, Eli White should play left field every freaking day. Put Verdugo in when you need to take a guy out. That's the only time you need to put Verdugo in. Oh, call up Nacho Alvarez and let him play every other Tuesday for Ozzy Albies because I'm getting tired of him. He actually got a hit tonight. I'm actually surprised. It's ridiculous. I'm sitting here trying to watch this guy. He's gotten a little bit better, but man, betting 225. Sean Murphy 224. Acuna batting 390. So the guys are batting terribly awful. I mean, What's the average on that? And the crazy thing is it's not that much better. Like, the Mets isn't that much better, their averages. But they have a lot of guys that are over 250. The Braves have 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 players. They have 6 players that are under 250. And they have 3 players that are at 225 or 224. Their averages. Are you kidding me? And 2 of them are your top players. One guy you traded for. One guy you gave up a really good player for. And a guy that was a clubhouse guy and everything. Just like you're just going to kick out another clubhouse guy in Arcia. Dude, do it. For sure, man. Like, seriously, I almost thought about going to the Thursday game. For against the Mets. But I was like, we're probably going to end up losing that game. We're. I'm going to say we're. We are. Another baseball thing, too. Did you see that Castellanos thing? Him and Rob Thomas got into it. Did you hear about that? I'm just kidding. His name's not Rob Thomas. It's Rob Thompson. But you know Rob Thomas? Matchbox 20? All he said was that he was unhappy for being... Castellanos said he was unhappy for being pulled from yesterday's game. And he spoke his mind. Thompson told him he'd crossed the line. It's his decision. He's the manager. So, yep. I wish more players could be like that. More players would just shut the fuck up. Take accountability, get better, like the Braves. Take accountability, get better, and get the team in the right direction. All right, let's finish it up with On This Day in History. Let's do it! I think that was really loud. Apparently On This Day was like, that just like... All right. Let's go a little quick for this one. We can't just go down the whole entire one. Next time we're just gonna pick and choose on a bunch of them because some of them we're gonna go through with them ahead of time and then pick and choose because sometimes it just goes too far. That's the reason why another thing on the after the 100 we're gonna kind of change that up a little bit. Anyway, Saint Martin I ends his reign as Catholic Pope in 653 AD, and 1119 Charles the Good becomes Count of Flanders. In 1497, the Battle of Deptford Bridge, forces under King Henry VII soundly defeat Cornish rebels led by Michael and Gough. 1462, Vlad the Impaler, Dracula, attempts to assassinate Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II in a night attack at Targovishti. Its failure forces him to retreat to Wallachia. And you know the crazy thing about that? Oh, I realized I didn't put it on that. You know that the crazy thing, Vlad's assassination attempt, this, in 1462, this was an actual video. This is an actual video on History Marsh. They break this one down. So Vlad basically, like, night raids their camp. And he has another detachment of soldiers that are being led by, like, some captain that is supposed to be going around, and then they're supposed to, like, they're like coming from somewhere, and they were supposed to go around, and they were supposed to come from, like, the other side. And so basically he was waiting on the other side to attack at the same time. So by the time they both got formed up and he went and attacked, the other dude had, like, cold feet or something and didn't attack or didn't show up, basically. And so Vlad just keeps, like, with his cavalry, just keeps fucking mowing dudes down because he broke through, like, he came through the side. They, like, infiltrated it. And then, like, how the Ottomans apparently had their camp, it was like one unit here of types of soldiers, another detachment of people, and it was all, like, they were all different kinds of nationalities too, but they were also like different like types of cavalry, infantry, all those types of things, and they had it like set up just like how they do in battle, where the king was in the middle being protected. So like he just sat there, ran through all this shit, started killing everybody with his cavalrymen, and then got all the way to the point where like the Ottomans got their line of cavalry to hold the line and push him back, and then he had to realize that he didn't have any help, left, and then after that he had to go back to Wallachia. Oh wow, he's here. He's always been here. He's always been here. We're almost off too. You just missed a whole like history lesson, bro. Deptford Bridge, though, there's not one on History Marsh. There's most definitely one on Targovishti. Francis Drake lands in California in 1579. This is actually right before, like, the last Shogun. Matsunaga Hisahide assassinates 13th Ashikaga Shogun Ashikaga Yoshiteru. Speaking of Yoshi, I watched the Mario Brothers movie finally for the first time. Pretty damn good. I like it. Anti-English uprising in Ireland in 1579. 1579 again. Francis Drake lands on the coast of California at Drake's Bay and names it New Albion. 1580, Battle of Hardenberg. Spanish troops defeat rebels. In 1583, Brabant, Duke of Parma beats French mercenaries. Thunder Game 6! Thunder Game 6! Thunder, thunder, thunder! You know, we didn't even talk about that. We talked about hockey. Because we thought we might have done a podcast before then. Dude, SGA is, he could definitely win. We talking about what the fuck? What we talking about what the fuck? We already talked about it before the game happened, the night that it happened. Or the day before, because it happened last night. Didn't it? Right? Wasn't the game last night? I watched most of it and I fell asleep. Yeah, because today's Monday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We talked about it. Shut up! We did a podcast on it on Friday. We talked about it. We talked about the game. We talked about the damn... We even talked about, even before that, we talked about how the schedule on, like, both of these, like, series, like the Stanley Cup playoff, or the Stanley Cup finals, or Stanley Cup final, and the NBA Finals. Yeah. And we also picked, first of all, the Thunder to win. We thought the Thunder was going to end up playing Boston because I was loving the green and the blue. Now I love the blue and the yellow. The only problem is y'all's dumbasses keep throwing that blue and white fucking off shit when you should just do the whole arena blue or all white. Because the white looks good in y'all's arena. Do the damn blue. The blue looks good in the arena with the lights. Pistons are trash. You mean Pacers? But I love the yellow. I absolutely love the yellow. I love that, like, when they show the crowd, because it's like, I like Golden State. I respect them. That's the reason why I like Steph Curry more than I like LeBron James. Steph Curry has a more relevant title than LeBron James does. LeBron James won a bullshit 2020 in the bubble title. Steph Curry, old ass, even older, won one in 2022. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Now, Curry's not. LeBron, though, yes. I love watching Curry. My thing is to stop along with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's the shit. Qui-Gon's even better, though. My thing is stop calling Caitlin Clark like the next Curry. She's not the next Curry. They were showing like a bunch of her shot charts, and she had like a bunch of like 30-foot shots. I was like, yeah, because they don't play defense on her. And it's like a professional athlete. They can make a lot of shots. A lot of trick shots, too. Have you seen Steph Curry? He'll make ridiculous, like, from the other side of the court shots. I guarantee you, ask Caitlin Clark to go make one of those Steph Curry from the other corner of the gym shots. And I guarantee you she will not be able to do it. Or it won't go in. It'll just be her sitting there trying to attempt it over and over and over again. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's just like in It's just like in the WFA, it's not the same as 30. It's not the same as 37U football, but it is on the level of how bad football it is. Yeah, but see, they let them play on. The playoffs, they don't give a shit. The playoffs don't give a crap. I don't care. Dude, shut up. I don't care. You hear me? Nobody cares about your Mets. Stop updating us on your stupid Mets updates. Nobody cares. Yeah. I mean, did you see that one where the guy last night rebounded the ball and he had like his arm basically like draped? And he had like one arm and he like grabbed the rebound and still had the rebound. And his arm was already behind his back by the time he grabbed the ball. It was ridiculous. They don't call shit. They don't call shit. And that they talk about how when they run into each other, like OKC's been doing that shit all year. They do this. No, it wasn't Chet. It wasn't Chet. It was somebody else. It was the other dude. It was the other tall white guy. It wasn't Chet. It was the other guy. They do this other one where like OKC will like do this shit where they like body check you, like when they run into you to try to create separation, and they like push off of you, obviously, and they're really known for like how being physical they are, and I get that, but it's like they don't call that all year, and they called it. I think they've called it a couple times, but that's how they play. Netherlands, England, and France signed a 12-year covenant in 1609. Taj Mahal in 1631. Mumtaz Mahal dies during childbirth. Her husband, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan I, then spends more than 20 years building her tomb, the Taj Mahal. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I know that one. Yeah. I know what you're talking about there. But, yeah, the rebound, though, wasn't, yeah. The Battle of Monte Claros. English and Portuguese armies decisively defeat Spain, securing Portugal's independence from Spain in the last battle of the Portuguese Restoration War. That was in 1665. In 1700, Massachusetts orders priests to leave the colony. 1734, French troops occupy Phillipsburg at Rhine. And 1745, American colonials capture Louisburg. Cape Breton Island from French. James Cook joins the Navy in 1755. Future explorer James Cook joins the Royal Navy as an able-bodied seaman at Wapping, East London. In 1775, the Battle of Bunker Hill. Actually, it was Breed's Hill in 1775. Happened today. Calcutta, Colombia is founded by Juana Rangel de Cuellar in 1773. Adams returns to Boston in 1788 after a lengthy stay in Europe. Future U.S. President John Adams and his wife Abigail Adams returned to Boston. I think he had to do that because of the war. French Revolution. During the meetings of the Estates Generals, the Third Estate proclaims itself a National Assembly in 1789. In 1812, cannon duel fought between the British fort of Roostburg and the Croton Palace of Yogyakarta on the island of Java. 1815, American frigate USS Guerre, captained by Stephen Decatur, captures Algerian frigate Mashuda, killing its famous captain Corsair Ra Hamadou during the U.S.-Algerian War. The U.S.-Algerian War and the Barbary War, those are two wars that I think most people don't get from the U.S. On the U.S. perspective. I don't think a lot of people will know about those two wars. Wasn't Stephen... Hold on. Isn't that... Let me look up something. I remember seeing something about that. Yes, okay, so this is... Okay, so is this the same one where he, like... I think he, like, basically... Oh, he did something, too, where he went and, like, left a ship. I think it was during the Barbary War. Like, he left a ship there and just basically, like... burned it. It says fuck it, just burned it. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Hold on. There was something he did something like that, like where he. Let me see here. Yeah. In 1804, he led an expedition in the harbor of Tripoli to burn the U.S. frigate Philadelphia. Yeah. Yeah. He just straight up just burned. He was like, nah. He's like, we're not going to. He's like, no. He's like, we're just going to burn. They literally got on the ship. They got on the ship. Acted like they were like the pirates or whatever. Burned the fuck out of it. Got out of Dodge and just left. They were like, see ya. We out. I thought I'd heard that before. All right. Where's my... Okay, here we go. Back to On This Day in History. U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs established in 1824. Goodyear's first rubber patent in 1837. Obtains his first rubber patent at Charles Goodyear. Let's see. The Republican Party opens its first national convention as party members meet in Philadelphia in 1856. 1861, Battle of Boonville. I don't know what that is. Am I Brigadier General, or is that Michigan? I don't know. Michigan Brigadier, I don't know. General Leon defeats Confederate forces. 1863, Battle of Middleburg, Virginia. First Rhode Island cavalry routed trying to take the town. Battle of Aldie. In 1863, Confederates failed to drive back Union in Virginia. 1863, naval engagement at Warsaw Sound. Georgia USS Weehawken versus CSS Atlanta. 1863, Travelers Insurance Company of Hartford chartered first accident insurer in 1863. 1864, 18 Confederate troops pulled back out of Solves lost in Mount Georgia. 1864, 640-meter long pontoon bridge over James River, Virginia finished. In 1864, Confederate General John Bell Hood replaces General Johnson as head of the Army of the Tennessee. Skirmish at Mud Creek, Noise Nose Creek in Georgia in 1864. In 1876, first to hit 2 home runs and score 5 runs in a 9-inning NL game, George Hall of the A's. That's in 1876. Granted, baseball got its start around the Civil, right around the Civil War, right after the Civil War. This is literally 12 years later after the Civil War. They're playing baseball. Do you understand that? Do you understand that 12 years after the Civil War, George Hall of the A's, Philadelphia A's, I believe, first to hit 2 home runs and score 5 runs in a 9-inning NL game. That happened 12 years after the Civil War. This guy would have been born before the Civil War. This guy would have lived through the Civil War, then played baseball, and then probably passed away in 1910 or 20. Crazy. It's crazy, the history aspect and how young, people don't understand that, how young the United States is and just how young the game of baseball really is. It's not as old as you think. The Battle of Rosebud, the battle where a girl saved her brother in 1876. The Battle of White Bird Canyon in 1877, the Indian Wars. Battle of White Bird Canyon, the Nez Perce defeat the U.S. cavalry of White Bird and Canyon in the Idaho Territory. Statue of Liberty in 1885. Statue of Liberty arrives in New York City aboard French ship is there. Are they going to try to take it back? Polio, 1894. First U.S. poliomyelitis epidemic. Myelitis epidemic breaks out in Rutland, Vermont. Polar Explorers Arctic meeting in 1896. Polar Explorers Fridtjof Nansen and Frederick Jackson meet for a chance in Franz Josef Land, the Arctic. The League to enforce peace in 1915. 1916, U.S. troops under General Pershing march into Mexico to go after Pancho Villa. Barney Google cartoon strip by Billy DeBecht premieres in 1919. Bonus Army, around 1,000 World War I veterans amassed in the United States Capitol. U.S. Senate considers a bill that would give them certain benefits. see. Last public guillotining in France. Eugen Wiedemann, a convicted murderer, is guillotined in Versailles outside the prison Saint Pierre in 1939. 1938, Japan declares war on China. Kansas City massacre in 1933. 1 FBI agent, 4 cops, and 1 gangster killed by mob. 1940, Charles de Gaulle departs Bordeaux for France. 1940, Germany occupies ration bread in Holland. USSR occupies Estonia in 1940. And, like, when USSR took over Estonia in 1940, right? Okay. Both sides at the time, like, during World War I, especially Estonia, both sides in Estonia were fighting for the Russians at the time. And ended up, like, having to basically join the Red Army, whether you like it or not, and the USSR once they became the Red Army. So here comes World War II. It's Estonia again, right? Granted, Germany takes over Estonia, okay? Germany forces conscription on soldiers of Estonian descent to fight for Germany. And some people do fight for Germany. Then, originally, there were Estonians that were Russian, that were forced out. And then the Russian Estonians come over and fight Estonians that they are either relatives with or either know each other or from the same city. So it's kind of crazy how, like, everyone wants to sit here and talk about how bad the United States is. Everyone wants to talk about how we want to get politicky here, right here. It wants to talk about illegal immigration, everything that's going on, deportations, all those types of things. People protesting in the streets for another country about how bad the country you live in, but yet you don't want to go back to said country, and you wouldn't do these types of protests and acting crazy and do all these types of things in the country that you came from. And granted, if you came over here to try to find a better way of life, then do it the right way. And that's the whole thing. The thing about everything in life. Nobody owns the land that you're on. Like, you don't really own that land. Like, you can get it taken away from you. Like, all it takes is a war. You can sit here and fight back and forth all you want. But the people that are in power are going to continue to bicker back and forth, and then people are going to fight over certain types of things, and then people are going to sit here and have these types of wars. We've had it for centuries. We've had it since the creation of man and woman. We've had it for a long time. People will fight over land. People have fought over land for a long time. France owned portions of Germany. Britain owned portions of France. Okay? Sweden used to be an empire. All right? Like 6 different nationalities owned Rome in a bunch of different types of wars, a different type of situations, a different type of all these types of things. You're going to tell me that for the longest time, I mean, because Rome was owning Jerusalem, you're going to tell me during the Crusades that a bunch of dudes from France and a bunch of dudes from Italy and a bunch of dudes from Sicily and a bunch of dudes from England, Germany, all these other places, Habsburgs, whatever, the Holy Roman Empire, you're going to tell me all these random people. Because at one time, a lot of them, if they were moved there, if they crusaded there and stayed there, they were born there. You had white Christian kings and queens that lived there and had obviously people that migrated there. So, like, it can happen. It has happened. People will take over all these types of lands. Like, Spain was Muslim, Christian, left and right. It was Roman, Carthaginian. I mean, there were all these types. Like, it was never Spain. It was never Portugal. The people that originally, the Castilians and all the other types of families and nationalities that lived on that peninsula or lived on that form of that area of land, like, were all related in some sort of fashion to some French or English king. It's just like when we talk about the Russian king in the First World War, Nicholas II. Dude was related to the King of England. It was his like cousin. They looked exactly the same. So it's just shut up. Shut up. Everyone, like, people are going to be fighting over stuff for a long time. It hasn't changed. Whether it's over religion, whether it's over just land, whether it's over a king or a queen or wanting to be this or wanting to be, wanting to be known. Want to say, hey, see me. It's going to happen. All right, let's finish it up. Let's see here. Hitler meets over Normandy invasion in 1944. See here. Resistance fighter and poet Cole, I guess that's Colonel Blake, Cole Blake arrives in London. Iceland dissolves its union in Denmark and declares itself a republic in 1944. I mean, look at that. Iceland dissolves its union with Denmark and declares itself a republic in 1944. Like, Hong Kong was owned by Great Britain until 1989, right? Or something like that, or 1990, whenever it was. So, people owned, like the United States owns islands. England still owns islands. France still owns islands. Riots in East Germany for reunification in 1953. Let's see here. All these, the picture's not coming up for some reason. Ted Williams hit his 500th home run in 1960. All right, let's just call it early because apparently the pictures are not showing up. We got to make sure that we're a human real quick. Hold on. There we go. Now the pictures came back up. Edward I, the King of England in 1272-1307, who subdued Wales and warred against Scotland, expelled Jews from England, born in London. And Charles the 12th, King of Sweden. That's the one that fought with Peter the Great all the time, by the way. Always had to stick up his ass between who could be the better king, basically. And then fucked up by fighting Russia in the cold and trying to do more than they really should by fighting. All Russia did was just outweigh them, just sent more dudes in. And then Sweden can't keep up because really it's like I think it was just mostly because the other nations that would have probably allied with them didn't want to ally with them because everyone wanted to be a king and everyone wanted to have their own land and everyone that's the thing. In the early days, like I'll say from the 1100s, let's say from like the 1000s, let's say from 1000 AD. From 1000 AD to like, let's say 1700, let's say at least 1700. For 600 years, all of these nations were Christian. Whether they were Catholic, Protestant, whether they were any kind of other denomination, but mostly Christian. All of these European nations did not give two shits about each other until it came to the fact that, hey, we got to go fight for Jerusalem, or we got to go be told to be fight for Jerusalem, or we got to be going told to go fight in Egypt or somewhere else or in Spain or somewhere because of the Muslim invasion, basically, and vice versa. And while the Muslims are fighting other Muslim tribes that are fighting for their areas around in the Middle East, you have also the Christian nations fighting each other. So France and England back and forth because they're rivals like normal. You have Germany and Flanders or whatever. You have Germany, Holy Roman Empire. You have not Poland, but Wallachia. You've got all these different nationalities that came out of nowhere. You have Italy. You just have all these. You have all these things. Like you have all these different nationalities that were all Christian, and yet didn't care. Just like, oh, we're just gonna fight each other. Who cares? At the end of the day, because we want to kill each other. We want to have this, and we want to have this from each other. Like that's all it was. It's like how we got our start. The only reason we got our start is because really it took England so much to bring over here, and really they didn't have the tools and the men to bring a bunch over here. Then you had France dicking around, helping us out. And then it's like we're over here arguing again. So it's just crazy. But people just couldn't resolve their differences for like 600 years, and it was just kind of like, as soon as they went and helped each other fight for a cause, which was basically just for the land that they were standing on, and money and glory and all that other stuff, and loot, mostly loot from another camp. It's just hilarious. Like, let's see, I don't know any of these people. Barry Manilow, he's 82nd birthday. Newt Gingrich, he's 82. Look at this, Newt Gingrich and Barry Manilow. They're the same age, but their pictures, man. He looks like my grandfather. He looks like my weird uncle. Eddie Merckx, his 80th birthday, 1945. Belgian road cyclist. That's like the oldest photo they have of him. He didn't die. Dan Jansen, his 60th birthday, American speed skater, 1965. Venus Williams, she's 45. Wouldn't that mean Serena is 45 too? Are they the same age? Or are they a year apart? Kendrick Lamar, 38, 1987. All right, we're good. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're going to get out of here. We're finishing up this podcast. We're in a little over on time, but this was number 100, so we're doing a little extra. So, like, next time around, we're going to do some more and talk about all sports, pop culture, history, everything like that. Hit us up on all the social media platforms if you want to be a part of the chat by just following us on, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You can follow us on TikTok at Coach Grizzle, at Coach Grizzle TV, at Gwathney Chat on Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Coach Grizzle. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/@CoachGrizzleTV. You can hit us up there. So, hit us up. Hit us up. Follow us, like, subscribe, all those types of things. Tell your friends. Get a lot of stuff done. And then you can get us all more. You can follow more content. Like I said, when I go to the Braves game, you can see the updates that I'll have on the Twitter account too, so follow us there. And like I said, you want to be a part of the chat? The chat's right there. It's rolling. It's rocking and rolling right there. Stream Elements keeps it alive too, so you're constantly being seen. And you're constantly being a part of the fam, and you're honestly helping the podcast. You are helping the podcast. It's not just me. Yes, it's called the Total Chad Sports Podcast, but it's not just me. All right? I'm at least somewhat humble. I will at least somewhat be nice to give you a little bit of the spotlight as well. And when we get on the Discord too, we start gaming or we start doing, let's say we could do it also. We could do a segment with followers. I'll put 5 or 6 people. You follow the Discord. You get on the Discord. I'll have a chat that I can handle, and I'll, if I don't want you in there, I'll kick you out. If I feel like you've had enough questions, I'll kick you out. But, don't get butthurt over it. And we could have you in there as long as you keep it cordial. As long as you keep it somewhat good. Keep the chat good, too. But don't get derogatory. Don't say anything negative. Don't say anything stupid. Just have fun with it. Let me give you a chance to do it. Then get on. But I think right now, I'll pick and choose. Put people on that I want to have on. You can talk whatever you want. And then we'll try to get more into that on a bigger audience. Like how they do those little chats on Twitter. Or X, whatever you want to call it. Where they have a bunch of people doing a session together. So, thank you again. I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you again. And we'll see you on the flip side. Peace!
I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
He's steaming mad.
He is out.
Swung, fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship.
Auburn going after it. Here's a good snap. It is blocked. It is blocked. It's caught on the run. It's caught on the run. He's going to score. David Wagner has scored. And Auburn is tied the game.
It's good! It's good! It's good!
Van Tiffin has won the ball game. Alabama has beaten Auburn.
I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.